We're sat in the clearing in the middle of this wood, all we're sat around the fire. All of a sudden this bear charges through the trees, grabs the sausages and buggers off.
No, I don't believe that. Is that what happened?
True story, mate. True
Is it?
story. Right. Anyway, I'll catch you up.
Okay, mate.
Hello guys, what is happening to humanity? People are dropping like flies with mental health issues. We can't seem to cope with anything at the moment. I think that's to do in part with too many of us living inside our comfort zone. So why is that a problem? Well, in this video I'm going to talk about what the comfort zone is and some techniques and how I think you can get yourself out of it. It's coming up.
So anyway, did you manage to catch up with the bear?
Oh, I've still got the claw marks to prove it. I'll show you. I'll show you later on.
Did I tell you the time when I got a date with Kelly Minogue?
Give our.
Honest, it's true story.
Welcome back, it's Eddie here, and if you're new to the channel, I cover kind of adventure and lifestyle. I give hints and tips about getting the best out of life and being the best versions of yourself. So today we're in the middle of stunning Northumberland. I'm here with my pal Craig and we're going to have an adventure. Now Craig and I arrived here at this little old shepherd's hut, if you like, about half an hour ago. It's called a bothy. It's called Spithoe Bothy, and it's in the area of the stunning landscape of Kielder Forest. And actually when we got here, there are 2 or 3 other guys here from the National Bothy Association, kind of a working party. They're going to be working inside the bothy and replacing the log fire that's already in there because it needs a bit of repair. It's quite old, and we're hoping that we can actually put the fire on because we've carried loads of logs to this particular location. So yes, back to the subject matter of the video about getting out of your comfort zone. And there's an analogy in life that I absolutely love. A goldfish will grow to a size that's proportionate to its environment. If it spends its life in a bowl, it will be fragile, small, and have learned no survival or hunting skills. Living in its natural habitat containing more robust challenges, goldfishes will evolve to be much larger and can thrive. And I think that's a great analogy for how we live our lives in the real world. So if you live a life where you, by and large, want to eliminate risk and discomfort and live in the metaphorical goldfish bowl, you are at high risk of lacking that physical and emotional resilience to take those knocks in life when undoubtedly they come along. And it's going to be really difficult for you to develop into becoming the best version of yourself if you haven't been pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and challenging yourself through life. Even worse, you can go on to develop mental health issues, and none of us want that. Now, the research is conclusive that in terms of personal growth, being a better version of yourself, that only comes by getting outside of your comfort zone. Now, I'm no anthropologist, but I'm absolutely certain that people from thousands of years ago didn't crumble into a heap on the floor every time life threw a curveball at them. People back then, they dealt with brutal events in their life all the time. You know, they were just going day to day trying to stay alive. So they will have built up layers of emotional and physical resilience to take on whatever life threw at them. So if you look at this from a kind of a scientific, biological and evolutionary perspective, our brains have been evolving for tens of thousands, even millions of years. The sole purpose to keep us alive. I don't think it gives a shit about our happiness. In modern times, we seem to measure our happiness through the pursuit and ownership of external things, by how much money we make in our job, how lovely our house is, how good looking our partner is, the types of holidays we go on, how expensive our cars are. Now, I don't really think that's a very nourishing way to pursue life if you want to be happy, content and balanced. So what is the comfort zone and how do we escape it? Well, the comfort zone you could kind of describe as our psychological safe space where there's no fear, no risk, and we're in complete control. We develop regular habits and routines and there are predictable outcomes. In the comfort zone, we start to become complacent, we procrastinate and start to stagnate. We become intellectually and emotionally lazy and fragile. And when we spend too much time in the comfort zone, it'll start to affect our self-confidence. We'll be too afraid to try new things, experience new adventures, meet new people. We'll become fearful of change, of developing new habits and new ways of thinking. So that when an opportunity does present itself to push yourself out of that comfort zone, to perhaps take a little bit of a risk, we immediately slip into the fear zone. Now, some of you might recognise being in the fear zone. This is where we become overly concerned with the thoughts and opinions of other people. This is where we lack self-confidence. This is when we start making excuses as to not doing something. It's too cold, it's too wet, it's too hard, I'm too tired. Being in the fear zone also means that we become overly dependent on other people and organisations to solve our problems for us. Living in the comfort zone also puts us at higher risk of normalising behaviour that in any other stretch of life just wouldn't be seen as normal. We might start to comfort eat, comfort shop. We might spend time in unhealthy relationships, abusive relationships, energy draining relationships. We might develop addictions through drug and alcohol and gambling. And by living like this, we're not only denying ourselves, but we're denying our children the opportunity to live fulfilling lives, to achieve great things, for them to have the self-belief that they can conquer anything and to be ready for when life does throw those invariable curveballs at them. Now, in order to get into the growth zone, we must first find the courage to break through the fear zone into the learning zone. This is where we start to develop new skills, to develop a resilience, to change our habits, to learn new things, to perhaps learn a new language, read books, understand global events and what's going on around us. And once you do that, once you're in the learning zone, once you're becoming self-sufficient, you have that self-sustainability, that independence to take on life, then you're ready to go into the growth zone. And this is where it all happens, in the growth zone. This is where you're realising your life aspirations, your desires, you're setting new goals, you have your purpose in life, you've set new dreams and challenges. This isn't a destination, the growth zone. It's a continuation throughout your whole life to be this better version of yourself in that growth zone by setting all these new targets and new goals. In fact, make it your life's ambition to find discomfort, find risk, lean into it, because once you do that and once you take it on and once you conquer it, you become stronger in yourself and you're ready to take on even more challenges. So failure isn't measured by falling down, failure is measured by not getting back up. And I also love spending time with other people who live their lives in the growth zone. They're a source of inspiration. I find them really impressive people to be around. I'm not suggesting I'm an impressive person to be around at all. But yeah, they're a real source of inspiration. And that's why Craig and I are here tonight, sleeping in a bothy in the Kielder Forest area. It's freezing cold. It's going to be probably less than 0 degrees tonight. It's wet, it's damp, it's dark in there, it's uncomfortable, sleeping on a wooden bench. Bothy. See what it's like, yeah? Oh,
Oh, look at
right.
that. Bagsy the button bum.
Aye.
Bagsy the button bum.
I'll be on top.
Aye.
Wood burner, everything we need.
Excellent. Comfy chairs.
Yeah.
Look at somebody's left a case of beer now.
Get in. Right, that's it. It's about 11:30 now. I'm here on the top bunk in this dark, damp, cold, dirty stone hut called a bothy in the middle of nowhere in Kielder. And it's absolutely brilliant. You know, just taking your life back to the basics. The lads have gone, there was 5 of them on the MBA, the Mountain Bothy Association working party. We got dragged into humping that big, heavy, new log burner fire down the slippy, muddy bank over a little brook into the body so they can start working that tomorrow by replacing the old one, which is currently burning away. It's kept the space in here really very warm. We've had beers all night. We've cooked with simple meals on simple gas and petrol stoves, and it's just been absolutely bliss. This is what it's about, you know, just pushing yourself out your comfort zone, doing something completely different, meeting new people, having a laugh, getting some fresh air. And in the next few minutes, my heat is going to hit that makeshift pillow. I'm going to climb into my sleeping bag, and I'll see you in the morning.
Me and my ex-girlfriend, I remember the time when we decided to play doctors and nurses, like, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, Eddie. Couldn't believe it. She left us in the corridor for 8 hours.
what's he like? Oh, guys, what an absolutely fabulous time we've had living in a basic shelter like that. And that's the whole point of it, I suppose. That's how it improves your mental health, for one, by getting yourself out of your comfort zone, by deliberately seeking out situations where you're going to be cold, possibly cold, hungry, where it's damp and wet, it's uncomfortable, it's dark, and you're using basic cooking systems to make something to fill your bellies. You're in the present, you're in the moment, you're living right now. You're not ruminating in your own head about the problems that you've got. You're focused on the here and now, and that's the whole point. But not only that, when you push yourself out of that comfort zone, you're improving your independence, in your self-confidence, and your resilience as a person, and you need that in life. Build up those layers of resilience. That would be my message. If you found this value of some value, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Please drop a comment below. Let me know about your experiences and hints and tips about pushing yourself out the comfort zone. Would love to hear them. Anyway, we're off to a nearby village to get a breakfast bap now because I'm starving. Until next time, catch you later.